Continuing to analyze chess in movies, animations, and now YouTube videos. The topic of today's video is human chess in real life. No, not this one, nor that, but the one by Shiloh and Bros. Enough talking, we're heading to the game. It starts with e4, e5, and knight c3, Vienna game. Knight f6 minus main line, and now white can go into the Vienna gambit with f4, but they respond with the less aggressive bishop c4, allowing the knight to take. It takes, but after the recapture, black plays.
Ooh, stop.
And that is a blunder. The best and only move was d5 with a fork, because of the move that gets played immediately.
Pawn to d3.
And that escapes a skewer. d6, knight e2 is not a good move, too passive. Bishop e6 allowing white to trade a piece when they're up and doubling your pawns, though that open f-file can be used for a rook after castles. And white castles straight into the attack, nothing too crazy for now. In the next frame we see the pawns on a3 and a6, and that move
Take out their pawn!
leads me to a conclusion that black played a6 and then a5 while white pushes b4, and the capture happened. Pawn can't take back, because the pin in the next move shown is
C6!
What? Black made 2 moves in a row. Wait, the next move is
Knight to d5.
So white actually played. No, they'd better just skip a turn. Well, that's the only move that could lead to the shown position. Now white threatens this fork and black does nothing about it. Bishop c8 is bad. In between the frames, the pawn on b4 is now alive and the c-pawn just vanished and made the
Knight to b6.
move possible. Knight c7 was again better forking the rook, and that way white only exchanges the knight for the bishop. Now white threatens checkmate and black defends with knight d8, bishop fianchet 2, knight e6 blocking the bishop. Bishop e7 and castles was better. c3 disallowing knight d4, even though the mate threat is already there, but maybe white was thinking about that future outpost. Knight g5, exchange, rook b1, a pointless move. You could have taken on f7 dangerously, a5 or b7 or check on b5, and the king loses castling rights. But rook b1 was played, which is met with f6 blocking the attack, and white plays.
Bishop to d2.
Wait, but the bishop was on b2, okay, new information, and black responds with queen h4, throwing the queen into danger, and as they pointed,
I've got your most valuable piece trapped.
We get Shiloh out of there!
well, it's not actually trapped because it can't be attacked without letting it move elsewhere. But I get your point. It has no, but actually the king is the piece that you have to worry about, as it will be in danger after bishop b5 checked. Then
Bishop to b7.
the bishop moves like a camel. The rook attacks it back, and bishop a8, not the best way to retreat. Best was to c6, but maybe white's hoping for a tricky diagonal move. Rook g8, now it makes 0 sense, but as it turns out, black had an idea. c4, bishop e7, bishop c3, queen g5, queen e2, and black's g-pawn magically disappears, and black thinks,
With the rook defending her, you can't take her! It's checkmate!
bishop takes g2 from far away, and black, in shock, plays bishop f8, b5, rgg7, bishop takes pawn, rook retreats, rook back to a1. I told you the rook b1 move was useless. And then the black pawn reappears on a6 and makes 2 captures in a row. White takes back and also makes the second move in a row with queen b2. Then the g-pawn reappears, and black plays rook e7, c5, d takes c5. After which he says
Queen b2.
queen b2, which already happened, and says it's a check, but we all get it. Queen b8, king f7 is the only king move. Rook a4, e4, giving up the pawn. But white plays a weird queen b6, and now e3. White can easily take it, but queen takes pawn instead, and black's only hope is that pawn. e2, rook e1, and now
Sacrifices.
it's not a sacrifice, but now white can blunder.
Alright, so action. I'm gonna enjoy this.
And they do, it's now equal. White could have played something like rook a1 to protect that, or ignore the rook at all, because bishop now black promotes,
Bishop, protect me.
and the white king calls for help of the bishop, but the dark squared fool blocks it, letting himself be taken for free, and making an almost equal position a mate in 6 for black, as the rook now attacks as well with a discovery on the queen. Bishop blocks, rook takes it, bishop takes queen, white gives up the rook with check, rook f2 and queen g1, and now wait, isn't it checkmate? No, because the poor g-pawn disappeared yet another time, making the h5 square safe for the king. And now
Checkmate!
queen g5 is of course mate. So what can I say as a conclusion? White was dominating the game, but blundered it with that rook capture and bishop blocks, which could happen in a beginner's game. There were lots of moves with no sense. Some pawns were disappearing and coming back from the dead. But on the bright side, there were almost no illegal moves, and the mating sequence was brutal, breathtaking to watch and correct from the chess side. For these reasons, I'll give the human chess in real-life chess part a total grade of 3+, but I really liked it as a short movie. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and I'll update the number of subscribers on the channel banner. See you later.